Tonight, hundreds of your favorite stars will be at the grandest opening in entertainment history, and you're invited. The Disney MGM Studios theme park grand opening.
Hi everybody, welcome to the world of Micah. I am here today at Disney's Hollywood Studios, hanging out, taking in some of the essence of Hollywood Studios. I love this park. This has always been one of my favorite theme parks and one of my favorite Disney parks. Sadly, a lot of it is going away, and I wanted to come out today and show you guys some things that have been on my mind. May 1st, 1989, opening day right here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This changed a lot of things for the Walt Disney Company. It was one of the first filming studios to ever be placed in the state of Florida. Of course, down the street was Universal Studios, but it did not open until June 7th, 1990. So Disney opened the first studio ever in the state of Florida. Now, let's rewind. Let's travel back. April 30th, 1989. Quiet little studio, no guest, wasn't even open yet. A couple of movie stars, including John Ritter, Dick Van Dyke, the Creole Sisters, and several other people who were very popular at the time, came out here with Michael Eisner and created the opening day special that aired on April 30th, 1989. Now, a lot of the scenes that they used in the opening day special still exist today, and I'm not going to take any chances and wait until after all the construction and whatever else happens to this park. So I'm going to show you guys today what remains of the opening day special of the MGM Studios from April 30th, 1989. Let's take a closer look.
This was the animation building when the Disney MGM Studios opened, and we were greeted in the opening sequence of the special by Michael Eisner inside this building. One thing that is still cool to me are those glass tile looking windows. Those can be seen in the shot with Michael Eisner. Now, those are not the exact windows, but those are the same style of windows that they used inside the building. And I found the room. This is it. The reason I know is because of these few things. One, look at the way it curves right here on the walls, going into each different room. And another thing, the lights. The lighting is the same exact thing in this shot. So Michael Eisner would have been standing about right here where that glass case is.
I'd like to welcome you to a major studio sneak preview.
The opening shot was right up here. He was standing right there when he started to sing. Then the camera panned right over here, and they actually built a set of stairs that started right up here and it went all the way down. And the final opening shot was right here, and right where that guy is standing is where you can see the staircase and the 3 backup singers he had.
When I watched that sequence, Smokey Robinson kind of reminds me of Michael Jackson with his powers, very Captain EO. I wonder if Disney tried to get Michael Jackson to do that and they had to settle with Smokey Robinson. Who knows?
Smokey Robinson and the rest of the gang had a big dance number right here in front of the dark room, and it pretty much took place right in this area here. The funniest thing about all the different dancers
is that one of them was a boxer. It kind of resembled Rocky. Yo, Adrian, I'm at MGM.
This is where we would later find Mr. Van Dyke. And Dick Van Dyke would have come out those doors right there in the middle.
Hi, I'm Dick Van Dyke.
One of the Creole sisters was talking about how her shoes are the same size as Pee Wee Herman's. And so she would have stood right here in this shot.
Pee Wee Herman and I have the same size shoe.
You're lucky. Mine match King Kong's.
And right over here is where John Ritter was standing, acting like his feet were stuck in the cement. Dick Van Dyke and the 3 Creole triplets from Parent Trap 3 look over and see a very funny John Ritter.
Okay, girls, let's go. I want to show you around the park.
Contrary to belief, that was not actually John Ritter putting his feet in the cement for his ceremony, because I want to show you guys something that's pretty interesting. In John Ritter's sequence, his feet are both facing forward, but if you find his actual footprints over here, well,
his feet are both facing opposite directions.
Now, I know this wasn't technically a movie, but it was a special and it was on TV. And I love visiting the places that were used on television specials and everything, because it makes you feel like you're in a movie studio, which this was a movie studio. So I feel like I don't have to travel to Hollywood sometimes and take a backlot tour. I can just come to the parks and see where they filmed a big piece of Disney history.
Within the last year, they've removed the Eiffel Tower, but right over here is where the Eiffel Tower once stood. And they also had John Ritter up there. And it was pretty awesome to think that someone could actually stand up there just like he did, especially when he had the megaphone. Now this sign has changed tremendously. Now it says Disney's Hollywood Studios. Back in the day, it said Disney MGM Studios, but right here is where John Ritter stood when he was telling folks about the studios.
That is the magic of movies. Hi, I'm John Ritter.
This lamppost right here was in the shot, as well as the bar right here that's circling around just like that. The camera then panned over to a shot like this with the great movie ride in the back. This tree was not here, and obviously the stage was not here, but you can look again at the fence right here and see the curving.
Opening of these incredible studios. Can you believe this? I just left Hollywood, California, and here I am in Hollywood, but in Florida.
And then another shot of John Ritter was right here in front of the Brown Derby, and right behind this tree is the Brown Derby sign. So this tree was not as large as this back in 1989. A lot of trees have grown over since that day.
That mean Hollywood to much of the world, all recreated here at the Disney MGM Studios theme park.
And this final shot is one of my favorites for several reasons. The camera shows the shot right about here. You can see that building in the background, but what you don't get to see is any of this.
Because for those of you who don't know, back in 1989, this didn't even exist. Sunset Boulevard wasn't even a thing. Sunset Boulevard didn't even open until July 22nd, 1994.
I don't even think any of this was here. I believe the original street and where the concrete met was right there where my finger is. That was where the concrete met, and this was the original street, and you can tell because of the hint of red that's in the street. It was just a big slab of concrete. You can see the building right over here, especially the top right there. But this is where John Ritter stood, and the security guard was telling him, you don't have 2 days until opening. You have, well, less than 2 hours.
Excuse me, Mr. Ritter.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to my post, and I overheard you say something about the opening. It's not 2 days, it's less than 2 hours.
Now, obviously, we can't get back to the streets of America anymore because of Star Wars construction.
This now is like the closest thing you have to the streets of America, unfortunately. But it's still nice to be able to come out here, and there's basically no one here.
There was so much filmed near the backlot tour and the streets of America, and it kind of saddens me that I can no longer go back there because of all the construction and everything. But there are still things here in the park that I can show you that were in the opening day special.
Inside this theater here was Superstar Television, and the queue when you first go in and to the right is pretty much exactly the same as it was in 1989.
And I remember as a kid going up these stairs and going into this queue and then picking the cast who was gonna be in Superstar Television.
And there it is. And I remember right up there is where the casting director would come out and he would pick someone in the audience to portray each of the different scenes that they were going to be filming for Superstar Television.
Welcome to Superstar Television.
Superstar Television is a unique and oft-times hilarious attraction of the studio.
And there were so many celebrities. You had Michael Eisner, you had Bette Midler, you had Betty White, even Rick Moranis was here. And it was so crazy because you see them driving in right down the street heading towards the great movie ride and really nice cars. I would love to see something like that again here.
So when you see Michael Eisner and Bette Midler driving by, you see the Disney and Company sign in the background.
Bette Midler and Michael Eisner.
And I want to say this is the same shot where Mickey and Minnie ride on their vehicle, because this tree and this light, it makes me believe that this right here is where they drove straight towards the great movie ride.
Then the Minnie Mouse Mickey and Minnie in a lovely new dress.
And the announcer was talking about all the different celebrities who were driving down and what they're famous for. And the funniest one to me is when he talks about George Lucas and says the director of the Star Wars films, almost as if people really didn't know who George Lucas was.
The director of Star Wars, George Lucas.
But now, I really don't think people who visit Hollywood Studios will have any problem knowing who George Lucas is.
And they had a stage just like this right in front of the Great Movie Ride. And people like Willie Nelson performed right here in front of a lot of different people who were here to witness Disney history. Still not sure how long this is actually gonna be here, but that's the opening day plaque.
So thanks for watching and thanks for traveling back to the year 1989 with me here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This place has always felt like home, and I'm glad I can still show you guys a few remains from opening day 1989. Be sure and visit my website, worldofmicah.com, and subscribe to this channel for more videos, youtube.com/worldofmicah. You guys can also find me over at worldofmicah.spreadshirt.com, and know that every time you make a purchase on there, it goes into funding these videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I had a lot of fun making it, and I just want to say thank you, Michael Eisner. Thank you so much, and the team and all the celebrities who were here that day made that special possible. Here's to a Hollywood that never was and always will be. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay weird.
So it's not goodbye, just until next time.
Good night.
See you soon.
So long. Be good.
Au revoir. Good evening.
Pleasant dreams, everybody.
See you at the movies.
Good night, everybody.